And now in this video, let's do a demo of LinkedIn platform and also see some of the tactics that we discussed in action. So first of all, I want to show you an example of a really good LinkedIn profile, and it's Brandon Gailey. Let's go through this quickly. So first of all, on the top, so this is his cover image, his logo, and this is extremely cool. A master of blogging, value in every episode, a blueprint to succeed. Guess what this is? He's using his customer or client testimonials right on his cover image. Very cool. Let's scroll down. This is his name. And then here's the headline. Runs the blog millionaire course. Very compelling and memorable. And then once you click on contact info, here is different links to different websites that he owns. And then this is the vanity URL, linkedin.com/in/Brandon Gailey. This is very easy to remember URL. Let's scroll down. Here is the background and summary section. And it seems like this is probably 300 to 400 words, which is perfect. And then he is using some rich media on his profile images. Here are the top skills. And then his work experience. And then the next section is education. And he also has recommendation from his previous clients or colleagues. And then the connections him and I share, different groups he's member of, and different people he's following, and then schools that he is following. So as you can see, everything is completely filled out, or the profile is 100% complete. So you can use his profile or just find anyone that you like and kind of model your LinkedIn profile after them. You know what they say, learn from the best. Exactly. So let's jump into the tactic number 2. And I want to talk about how do you find and add connections on LinkedIn. And for that, we're going to use this search bar on the top right here. And from the drop down, let's select people. And let's say if I want to, my target audience is the real estate agents or realtors in Dallas. So I'll probably type Dallas real estate and then hit search and look at this. So this is the results page, 1263 results. And I can kind of narrow down these or use these filters. Let's say I want to look at second connections. I can also pick the location, Dallas, Fort Worth. And here are some other options. Some of these features are actually really cool, but they're available if you're using the Pro plan on LinkedIn. So let's look at these connections now. So one pro tip is, let's say if this is the person that you want to connect with, do not click on this connect button. Actually open his profile on another page and then send him a connection request from here. Why? Because when you do this, you actually get this message. You can send a personal or add the personal note. And remember, we talked about the first message that you send to your connections, you can add it here. Really simple. Let's actually go back. So this is the process that I use and I recommend. Add between 10 to 15 people on daily basis, but make sure those people are your target audience. If you're not targeting real estate agents, then don't add them. If you're targeting startup founders, then you can search for them in your city or maybe all over the United States and then add them on consistent basis. And don't forget the 2 messages we saw in this course. Number 1 was the first message that you send when you send the connection request, and number 2 is the thank you message that you send. And why are those messages important? Because they help you make personal connection with your friends or connections on LinkedIn. And once you get the ball rolling and once you get the conversation started, you can always ask them to jump on a call or meet with them to discuss further and potentially lead them as a lead or client for your business. So let's look at the tactic number 3, and I want to show you how do you find different groups. And again, you can use this search bar and this time click on groups, and let's say I want to find groups for social media. And just hit enter. And here are over 10,000 groups on social media. And if you notice, I'm actually a member of a lot of these. So I'm a member of this group, also this group, and this group. But this is where you can find groups in your niche or industry, and make sure those groups are where your target audience is, not other freelancers in your niche. That's extremely important. So once you have joined 50 groups, you can click on interests and then groups. LinkedIn is acting slow today. That's okay, we're back. And this is where today's highlight. So here on this page, linkedin.com/groups, I can see highlights from different groups that I'm a member of. And this is the page that I visit regularly to find any conversations that are relevant to me. And then I would jump in and reply and try to be helpful in that conversation. That's how you build trust, and that's how you build a relationship with other people in the groups. And if you scroll up, here are, if you click on my groups, here are different groups that I am a member of, but you can also click on discover and find other groups relevant to you suggested by LinkedIn. Super, super cool. So one pro tip is, I would say schedule some time on your calendar. And in my case, initially I used to do it Saturday and Sunday, 1 hour each, just to go through LinkedIn groups and make sure I find at least 5 to 10 conversations where I can help people, because those are the connections that I'm building. Those are the people that are going to help me out and also potentially hire me as consultant or freelancer in future. And now let's talk about sharing different updates on LinkedIn. And for that, I just clicked on home, and then you can click on share and update, and this is where you can share your update. Let's actually go to my blog. So I'm going to go to isocialu.com. That's my website and my blog. And let's grab this, one of the recent blog posts I have. Here's the link, and then I'm also gonna copy the title. There we go. Let's do that and share. So that's how you can easily share updates, and these could be your blog articles, case studies, industry news, and different visual elements. And another thing is, if you're new to LinkedIn and you're not sure what to post, I would say just scroll through your feed and look at different content that your connections are posting, because that will give you some ideas on what to post on your LinkedIn. So let's go back up. And along the same line, so this is an update I created on my LinkedIn profile. I can also share this update to all the LinkedIn groups. So for that, click on share and then click on post to groups. And this is where I can start adding all the LinkedIn groups that I am a member of. Then I can use the same title or a different title and details. Now, one pro tip is, don't actually do this every single time you post an update, because that will be too much posting in those groups. And my rule of thumb is usually try to post on LinkedIn about 2 to 3 times per week and try to share in the groups once per week. But obviously, I would suggest that you test it and see what works best for your business. The other thing I want to show you is So instead of just sharing an update, you can actually write an article on LinkedIn, and some people call it LinkedIn publishing. So let's click on write an article. And guess what this looks like? This kind of looks like blogging platform, or a kind of a platform which is similar to WordPress. You can put your headlines, you can write your text here, and then you can use a cover image or a feature image. Very simple. So this is another way of adding content on LinkedIn and building your authority. Now, there are a couple of things. First is, some people like to just repurpose their content from the blog to LinkedIn publishing. You can do that as well, or you can write totally separate article for your LinkedIn publishing. Let's actually see if we can find an example. I know a friend of mine, Nina Newberry, she is really active on LinkedIn publishing. So if you scroll down and right underneath posts, look at this. So she has all of these posts were created on LinkedIn publishing. And it looks like a blogging platform. And that's what it really is. But it helps you build authority and connection on LinkedIn, and people start looking at you as the expert in your niche or the go-to person. So let's click on this and look at this post. The simplest way to be more productive and effective, and again, it looks like a blog article on LinkedIn. Very easy and super cool. So this is how you can use LinkedIn as a professional networking tool. Create a killer profile in the first step. Connect with your target audience by finding them or by engaging in different groups. And then build a relationship and connection with that audience by sharing updates consistently on your profile, in the groups, and also on LinkedIn publishing. And once you have developed connections and people look at you as an expert of your niche, they will start reaching out to you, or you can also send them messages and offer your freelance services. Send them links to your portfolio, your blogs, or your resume once you have built connection with your target audience.